We're going to take two amazing guards from here, John Wall and Chris Paul. Both for their prime. I know you have a good relationship with both. I know this is going to be hard. You know, actually, this answer, I won't even put you in this position. You kind of just describe both, but in their primes, the question was going to be, in their primes, who would you build a team around? And one of them's going to hate you. I know that's a hard. You can't answer that one, King.
Let me tell you this about John Wall. A lot of people don't know this. John was, you see who he is now, and you think he's always been that way because we look at people and say, yo, since they were kids, they were that. Wasn't the case. John came to my basketball camp. He was a youngin', like he was one of my little young proteges, right? And I had like one of the biggest camps in North Carolina at the time. Everybody came. I let all the hood kids in the free, right? And John's from my part of town. He's from Southside. In the first year John was at camp, like I had my homeboys refereeing and stuff like that. John is cussing out the refs. Like he 12 cussing them out like, you call travel, he'd be like, F you. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Like, what? Man, I threw that dude and CJ Leslie, I threw him out my camp. I was like, man, y'all can't come back here. Y'all crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I let you in for free. You can't be out here acting like that. I see his mom at the flea market. God rest her soul, Miss Francis. I see her the following year. She said, Vale, let my baby back in camp and da-da-da. I'm like, no, your baby crazy. Like, he ain't coming back here. And she said, somebody helped you and da-da. And when she said it, the way she said it, she was exactly right. We all deserve second chances. And John came back to camp, and now he's 6'3". He got a 40-inch vertical. He's fast as lightning. Yeah. One thing he could always do was handle the ball because this is the time where all the and-one stuff was out, right? And so all these kids had their little tricks, but he wasn't fast. He wasn't elite quick. Like, he was none of that. Then he came back, and he just the fastest with a 40-inch vertical. And so he's having an incredible camp. By far the best player there. And so I would go referee his game. And I'm going to pick at him, right? I'm calling travels. I'm seeing if his attitude has changed. And I called travel on him. He just looked and he put the ball down and ran down the floor and got back on, right? And so I called another bogus call on him. He's like, all right, don't worry about it, y'all. Y'all come on back. Let's get it. I was like, yo, this kid is like, sky's the limit. Because all he had to change was his attitude. What I realized now was that he wasn't being intentionally disrespectful. He was just like me in terms of crying out for a male figure, right? Same thing, the same way I needed Ron Williams, he needed me at that time. Somebody else needed somebody else. It takes that community to bring these kids together. For him to go create generational wealth for his family after all he's been through, I love that boy, man. I'm so super proud of him, right? And so, but I'll still say him and Chris, man, like, Chris.
And not Chris Paul, I think like he's underrated in my opinion. I mean, you know, OKC, you know, leading up, they weren't even supposed to be like a top 10 team in the West.
People
you know, they went
New Orleans, Chris.
And I was talking to David about that. Right. You know, like me and David was talking about that.
Monster, man. Well, him and D West,
oh my God.
He understands the angles. I don't know if there's a better cerebral point guard that's ever played the game outside of Chris, man. So enough respect to both of them. I got to go and tie with that. I'm sorry.
I was going to do on the former players you coached that during the USA time, the Kyras, you know, Kyra Lewis, Jalen Green, Kate Cunningham. What do you think's the ceiling for those guys?
Sky's the limit because there's some like the thing with Kyra was so young. Kyra was a baby. You know, and I mean, no disrespect to him. He was just he was like me when he came out. He was just the youngest in his class. He should have been in their class, right? But he's already in college going through the things, and people expect more from him because he had a college jersey on as opposed to an AAU jersey. I'm like, nah, he's supposed to be in an AAU jersey, man. So I have a lot of respect for him because he took a back seat to those guys at USA Basketball. And he saved us one game against Lithuania because they were playing the zone, and he came in and knocked down like 3 threes and got them out that zone real quick. And so seeing him I think the sky's the limit for him because he got so much room to grow because you don't reach your ceiling as a point guard till you're 25, 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Cade Cunningham, same thing. Jalen Green, like he's such a different player. He came off the bench for us, right? So it was Cade and Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, that's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
But now Jalen kind of bridged that gap a little bit, man, right? And he's been working, and Cade is going to be phenomenal too, man. Like all of them, I think the sky's the limit for all of them, man, because they're incredibly, incredibly talented kids. PJ texts me. You know, we talk a lot. That's like, you know, that's like my little brother, man. And you know, we from the same place, we from the same way, and he just like, there. It's nothing I can do with Cade. Like, because normally it's force him right, force him left. Well, body him up. No, he's like, man, it's just nothing you can do with this dude. We just hope he missed. I was like, listen, man, the only chance you have with KD is to hope that he's worn down in the fourth quarter because he got to do so much. He's going to embarrass you those other 3 quarters because there's nothing you can do, right?
Yeah.
So can you imagine picking up the best scorer on the planet that ever existed, in a lot of people's opinion, and your family out here watching you guard that man
It's cooking.
on, you know the heart that you got to have to do that. So I got nothing but love and respect for PJ because most people guarding Kevin Durant would sprain their ankle. After the first quarter, coach, get me out of here, my ankle. Like, there ain't nothing wrong with your ankle. You just getting cooked, but you know that's just what it is. So
man, y'all heard it, you know, from the man himself. You know, I'm definitely gonna try to catch some games. I'll ask you off camera. I don't know how you guys are doing. You know, media.
Anytime, you always welcome up here.
For sure. I appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna try to be in here. FA out. Oh yeah, like, subscribe to YouTube channel. Tune in to Central Games this year. You guys tune in. So.